to the Scandinavian Outdoor Group Media Event.
Hello everyone and warm welcome to the Scandinavian Media Event. My name is Per Jonsson Elin and I work as a product manager here at the SOG. I am super excited that we're today live streaming our first Scandinavian Media Event and that we have people from all over the world watching us right now. I think it's just amazing. During this kind of media events, we usually ask you to be quiet and listen to the presenter, but today I think it's the opposite. Now we're live streaming this event and I really would like you to ask questions and comments in the comment field in the YouTube comment field further below. So please just send us comments, wishes, or whatever you want to tell us. We will answer you as soon as we can. With me here today, I have our General Secretary, Sarah Vanset. How are you doing, Sarah?
Thank you, Per. I'm doing perfectly fine. I don't know if you see the background here, but we are in Åre in the middle of Sweden in a super winter wonderland. So I'm pretty happy. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So we're sitting here in a pretty nice hotel just outside Åre, which calls Fjällsätra, and the skiing and the winter condition is just prime at the moment. So it seems to be that Åre is the place to be this year. I mean, some of you are aware of SOG, but some maybe aren't. So I will do a quick introduction, who we are and what we are doing. SOG is an association that representing 66 of the outdoor brands in the whole Scandinavia. And we really believe that 1 + 1 is equal to 3. We're doing things as a group and together. We're doing a lot of different projects, and they all aiming to help our members with their export. We're doing different press events like today, educational programs. We're having speeches, and normally you also will see us at the biggest outdoor shows in the world. For example, ISPO, where we have the Scandinavian Village, where we're gathering all our members. Today, unfortunately, we can't be in person in ISPO, so we're sending this live event instead. And we're all gathering for the Scandinavian Media Event, and we're having 8 different members that will present the latest news for us today. I'm super excited. But before we do that, yesterday was a pretty big day, and we also want to hear a little bit how our members are doing the last year. So Sarah, tell us, how are the members doing?
Yes, well, 2020 was a challenging year for most of us, but actually our members did pretty well. Hope you can see the screen now. We can tell the Scandinavian outdoor industry is actually doing well. And last year, and we're looking into a bright future as well. So I show you a little bit of how our members answered. So about 75% of our members have answered this, and our members are like the main outdoor brands from Scandinavia. So when it comes to wholesale, 36% thought they had better sales than 2019, more than 15% increase. So it was a good year when it comes to wholesale. But when we go to own retail and online, it was extremely good. Almost 80% had an increase of more than 15%. So it was a fantastic year, I would have to say. And when you look at the future, what do the brands believe? And there is well that almost all of them believe it will be as good as 2020 or much better. So I think we do have a bright future ahead of us, hopefully, and hopefully this pandemic will go away as well. So, and we also asked our members about what challenges or what changes could be done the last year. And speed up digital solutions, big growth in online sales, strong outdoor focus, of course, which grow the demand of outdoor gear. Also time for product development, prime time for sustainability. So that's some of the changes that have been done from the brands. So I think we do have a good future ahead of us.
Thank you, Sarah. It looks like our members believe that they have a bright future in front of them. And I think it's time that we start to hear what the future will look like. And actually, normally, as I said, we kindly ask all the audience to turn off the cell phones and be quiet and listen to the presenter. But actually, our next brand have asked us to tell you the opposite. They would like you to have your cell phone and handy ready, because I think David Eklund from Icebug have something special in mind. So, hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm good, Per. How are you?
I'm great. I don't know if you can see my window behind here, but it's winter wonderland outside. I actually was out skiing in the morning, and the conditions are really good. So I'm happy.
I'm not jealous at all. Actually, we do have snow even in Gothenburg this week.
Yeah, I saw it on news. Glad for you. So, David, I know that yesterday on the Scandinavian Outdoor Award ceremony, you actually won the Sustainability Award. And please, David, show us a little bit more what's going on Icebug and show me your amazing presentation. So the stage is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, I did share my screen here. So yeah, there it is. Perfect. So this was the latest award we got until last night, that is. Environmental Brand of the Year in the Swedish sport industry. Celebrated here Corona style in a forest a couple of minutes from our office, where we do our lunch runs. We have 3 well health hours a week. Now it's all covered with snow, which is nice, but the green is beautiful too. Sustainability is one really important part of Icebug. The other one is traction. It's almost to the day 20 years ago when we first showed Icebug, and we went straight to the big stage, straight to ISPO, where we picked up actually the best innovation footwear, the very first outdoor award for our traction technology. And that's still really strong. We do products. People need good shoes to get out. We're taking on the challenge of making those shoes with minimum negative impact. A few of the news we're bringing for next fall winter. Top right-hand corner is the Arcus, where we're bringing traction and sustainability to the cushioned running. Larvik Hemp on the bottom hand right corner is an attempt to push away even further from oil dependency in the footwear industry. Hemp upper, wool padding, a biosole compound, which is a new compound for the outsole, which actually has only 7% petroleum in it. The rest is bio-based and other things. And then algae in the midsole as well. But sustainability thinking to get a real effect is not only about big news or fun projects. It's about moving into really the core of your supply chain. And what we have on the left-hand side is Metro Bug Grip, which what I would say nowadays is the gold standard when it comes to winter traction walking. So this shoe remains pretty much unchanged for us year over year, which means that the year when we have really slippery conditions and the need is big, we will be able to fulfill that and keep people out of the emergency rooms. And then on a year when those slippery conditions don't really happen, we don't have a lot of inventory which we need to get rid of. We can just keep it for next year. So thinking about how to keep value in the product and not making products that you have to get rid of, that's also a really important part of sustainability. Now is the time when you need your handy. This is our latest big sustainability push, and it's called Follow the Footprints. Since last night, it's also our latest award win when we picked up Sustainability Scandinavian Outdoor Award. So pick up your phones, open the camera, and point it towards the QR code there. Starting from March, the Spring/Summer 21 season, this QR code and the data where you land on a third-party platform, blockchain-based technology trust trace, will be available for all our styles. And this will put the key sustainability indicators, namely the CO2 footprint, percentage bio-based materials, percentage recycled materials, really virtually at the fingertips of the customers, making it possible for them even in store to take this into account when making the buying decisions. It also has what is called here the product journey, full transparency on which factory the shoes are made, and also upstreams where the materials are made. We don't think that maybe all customers will be super interested of studying this in detail. Transparency does build trust, and as such is very important. But we think that our colleagues may be. Because one thing that we kind of stumbled across, which was an added value in the Follow the Footprints, is that we really open the supply chain, making our sustainability wins replicable and scalable for other brands as well. If you had time to study a little bit in where you landed on the QR code, you saw that Outrun had 6.9 kilos CO2 emissions cost. Now, for a trail running shoe, is that a good figure? Is it a lot? Is it little? Well, we don't really know. We don't really know, since proper LCA data from footwear industry is rarely published or shared. Therefore, it's hard to say. What we do know is that when we have taken the first 3 pilots that we did this fall and compared materials we have chosen to standard materials, they came up with 16 to 29% lower CO2 emissions cost. And also we know that the general estimate, which is tossed around when it comes to making a running shoe, is 10 to 14 kilos cost, which would put Outrun in this specification between 30 and 50% down in CO2 emissions. So if others can use this quote-unquote cheat code, it's great, because we will all win from more people taking climate action. We're on the same planet. And we really look forward to seeing other brands publish their numbers as well, to see what we can learn from them to further cut our emissions. Follow the Footprint is a great new push for us now. What's next? Well, looking further at investing in renewable energy in the supply chain. That's very much on our agenda. And then seeing how we can, as a business, maximize our impact. And I think a lot of that had to do with showing that emissions can be cut, and also that climate neutrality can be reached. And by showing this and encouraging our politicians to put a proper price on carbon, so that we can all get kind of a level playing field where you don't use higher emissions to kind of boost your competitive advantage. So I would say now here I launched that I would like to be part of forming kind of a business alliance for a carbon tax. Because individuals doing things, that's good. Companies doing things, that's even a little bit better. But if we really want to move in the direction we need to move, and move as fast as we need to move to cut emissions, then we need systemic change, and then we need politicians and regulators involved. We want to share what we know and what we have learned. So if you guys have questions about sustainability, it doesn't need to be related to Icebug, but footwear industry is what we know best. Please reach out to us. We'll be happy to discuss and share what we know. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, David. That was very interesting, and it's looking that you are really in the forefront and pushing the boundaries. I really like that. Great work to you and the whole team. Thank you. If you want to have more information, or of course after this meeting, we will send out the summary from all the brands that will be presented today, so you can get in touch with David and all the other brands afterwards, no problem. And continue. I see that we're having a lot of comments in the comment field. Continue doing that. We love that. Ask questions. We will answer you as soon as we can. Next brand out is a brand that actually are quite famous for boots. And I know that you, Caroline Karlström from Lundhags, you have some really cool news that you're going to tell us today. How are you doing? Having a good day? I see that you have some snow in the background.
We have snow in Stockholm, so we are also happy.
Glad. So, Caroline, I know that you have some really cool news on its way. So please go ahead and tell us about the latest news from Lundhags.
Thank you, Per. Yes, welcome to the Lundhags session. For you who don't know Lundhags, this is a Swedish outdoor brand founded in 1932 by Jonas Lundhag. He was only 17 years old. He came from a long tradition of shoemaking in the family. This is him. And so now we have enabled outdoor experience for more than 9 decades, which make us very proud. Today, Lundhags is a part of the Norwegian outdoor and sport group, BRAV. We have 2 stores in Sweden, one with shoemaking, repairment, and some production still in Järpen, in where you are, Per and Sara, or Jämtland anyway. So the boots is really our core, and I have actually chosen to stay there for this session. We have been doing this for almost 90 years, and for 20 years ago we added clothing category, packs and bags, Nordic skating, and Nordic skiing. And exactly like Jonas Lundhag's aim was, he wanted to make products that last a long time, hopefully a whole life. And this is the aim for all our products today and for our brand today. Sustainability, as David just focused on, is of course important for all our brands today, for all our companies today. But we see it in different ways. For us, it's really focusing on making products that last a long, long time. That's our take on sustainability. The other passion we have is trekking and nature. From spring, summer hikes, autumn trekking tours, Nordic skating, Nordic skiing, and winter touring, we want to be all trekkers' lifelong companion. To make durable and high quality, sustainable products with classic, clean design, but also not just focusing on products, we also see services as one of the parts that can enable more people to get out and enjoy nature. We have seen now with the Corona situation that more people have found nature, and that makes us so happy. We hope now that we can be a partner to take them to keep them out in the nature and make more people enabled to nature. That is our aim for going forward. So today I've chosen to highlight our unique shell boots, and I will give some space now to Mats Håkan Lundhag, who is the grandson of our founder Jonas Lundhag, in a story.
My name is Mats Håkan Lundhag. I am a 5th generation shoemaker. I want to talk about boots. Not any boots, but shell boots. Making a boot that works for every situation is not easy, but since 1932, it's been our calling. It's such a simple construction. It was developed by my grandfather. He was consumed by the idea to make the most comfortable boot there was. Boots that could last a lifetime. Nature is always our starting point. The boot must protect you from bushes, sharp rocks, ice, dirt and water. Let's look at it from the bottom and up. We have the toughest quality outsoles from the best producers. It is then glued onto our own patented rubber bottom, resulting in a waterproof bottom part. When making the upper part, it is important that the material gives proper stability to your ankles. After all these years, the best material is still high-quality full-grain leather. The construction results in a boot that protects your feet and ankles and lasts you a long time. We have no or very little padding in our boots, and there is a specific reason for this. Thick, soft padding makes for a less stable boot that retains a lot of water. If we instead use 2 pairs of socks, we get great stability and a boot that is easy to dry. And if you want to trek for more than a couple of hours, this is vital. The boot protects you from outside water, but the feet produce their own water. A thin wool sock helps transport the moisture away from the skin into the thicker socks, keeping your feet dry. Both socks should be wool, since this is the only material that keeps you warm even if it is wet. Cotton doesn't work at all here. 2 layers of socks are also a great help against blisters, since it creates a friction zone between your socks, rather than against your skin. Lundhag's most technical boots do have some padding, but with a closed cell foam chosen not to retain water. But why is this so important? Well, this makes it possible for you to go from dry land to completely soaked without problem. After crossing a river, you just pour out the water, dry your feet, put on a new pair of socks and continue your hike. Even the wool felt liners in the winter boots are easy to take out and dry. All this comes from experience, partly ours. We are all avid trekkers and outdoor enthusiasts, but mostly from our users. Every detail is well proven and tested for many years and made from the best quality available. That's why Lundhag's products are known to last. It is not uncommon for our boots to last some 30 years. Buying products with a long lifespan is the most sustainable thing you can do. Quality, repairability and sustainability are values built in Lundhag's ever since my grandfather started the company. Welcome to Shell Boots from Lundhag's.
So, this is, I hope you got a good understanding of our shell boots and the unique construction. I put together this overview of our boots for 2021, and it's actually the same as 2020. We don't have any news for 21. We decided early in 2020, due to the situation, not to launch new products. Instead, we've taken the time to prolong the product development and also giving us the time to launch a couple of services. So I have actually some news, but not on the products. I will come back to that. Here you see what Mats Håkan was talking about. We have the originals, we have the original trekking boots, the one layer. We have the next generation, more technical boot, more stability when you trek with heavy backpack. We have the winter trekking boots with the felt inner boot and boots for skating and skiing. Nordic skating and Nordic ski touring is some activities that we really see growing now. Nordic skating in Sweden is we have done that for many years, but now we see a lot of interest in the whole world, actually. Europe, Norway, and Canada, and so forth, which is great. We actually see the ice is coming here in the Stockholm area, so we will soon get out. So actually, we have some news. We have a service that we call custom-made trekking boots. This is a service that we actually have had in small scale before, when we have people coming in with special needs into the store, and our shoemakers help out with adjustments and customize the fit and style. But now we have developed it further, and we want to be able to make it available for more people with special needs. We know a lot of people having troubles with maybe problem feet or special feet, or maybe due to some problems before in life. And now we can make customized from all our, we will package this, we will have it on our website, and we will be able to customize all our styles, and also making both custom fit and custom style, due to if you have wishes to some special leather or some special colors or details. And I put together some more information about this in a press release which you will get. And also I hope that you will reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you have want to book any interview with Mats Håkan Lundhag or other of our experts. Actually, another service that we launched this year, or actually last year, of course, is a possibility to book a boot expert meeting online, which has been really successful. We have been able to give advice online which trekking boot you should choose. We see that this is one of the most complicated products to buy. For some people, it takes up to a year to actually decide which boot to choose. So this is a service that we already have, and this custom-made service in bigger scale will come out this fall, winter. And yeah, we are mad about nature, and I believe you are too.
Thank you, Caroline. That was a super interesting speech. And I think in the comment field, I can see a lot of people that walking down the memory lane and talk about your pants and your boots, and they really like what you are doing. So thank you very much. And I'm sure a lot of you in the audience will come back to you and ask you more questions. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Next brand out is actually our Danish friends at Nordisk. So,
don't have his screen.
So I think Eric, are you there?
Yeah. Yes. How are you?
Hello, Eric. Of course,
Hi.
Eric Møller, the CEO of Nordisk, he of course sitting outside his own tent.
But I'm not sitting outside, which I should have done. But the forest Wi-Fi was not working, so we had to take it inside. And that's of course a mistake, but it couldn't be any better today.
We're glad that you're there. Eric, we missed your screen a little bit for your presentation. Can you please share your screen so we can put it up for all the audience?
There we go.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, Eric, go ahead with your presentation. And next out is Nordisk, the tent maker.
Right. Well, first of all, welcome to our part of the presentation. We start with saying or stating that nature is luxury, because we believe that spending time in nature improves your overall quality of life. That's a deeply rooted way of thinking with us, and that's also why we should have been outside today. But we try and simulate the outside by sitting in front of the tent and in a down jacket, even though it's a bit warm. The if I can get this to work. Do the screens move? Yeah. Right. So next step in sustainability for us, what is that? Because I am going to speak about sustainability, which is a part which I guess interests all of us, and where we have been doing our share, of course, over the recent years. And what we have done is things like using organic cotton, certified materials, being responsible when we recycle, ethical down code for our down products, etc., etc. And that part is, of course, very important to us, and that we'll keep on doing and working with. But the next step for us, that's the UN Global Goals, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, which is a list of 17 world goals which the UN has defined, and which you as a company, as an organization, as a person can subscribe to and do your part. And we have decided to do just that by subscribing to goals number 8 and goal number 12, and putting them to use in our latest version of an outdoor camp, a tent camp or luxury camp, if you want. And that camp we call Nordisk Village. So what is Nordisk Village? Well, Nordisk Village is a way you can go and spend your holiday in a tent which is put up for you, a tent which is decorated for you, equipped with a bed, with furniture, with flooring, with even a fridge if need be. And you can then check in there with your family, with your friends or whatever, and you can stay there as you do in a 4 or 5-star hotel. But the beauty of this is that putting up a tent in nature leaves no lasting footprint. You put up the tent, it takes a day. You take it down again, it takes half an hour. And basically, you have left no footprint at all. And we think that's a fantastic way to really enable people to go out in nature, use the nature, but in a good way. Because the opposite would be to have a hotel put up in concrete and steel. So tents, they do something which no other structures can do. We have right now Nordisk villages on 3 continents. We have one in Japan, we have one in Patagonia in Argentina, and we have 4 in Europe, which is 1 in Poland and 3 in Italy. So you really have the chance to go out and do your part by having a carbon neutral holiday. But it doesn't stop there. So there are new perspectives, there are new investments, and there's a next level to this. And we have tried to see what could that be. And we realize that there is a demand for a completely new way of what you can call regenerative outdoor experiences, where you go out in nature, you spend time in style, you can say. You don't sacrifice too many of the amenities you would have at home, but you are in nature, you can see the stars, you can smell nature, and you can really have a great time. And that we call Nordisk Hygge Circles. And that is something we have developed in Japan together with a city in Japan called Inaba City. We had discussed with them over the past few years, and we started construction for this camp about half a year ago. The camp is situated between Nagoya and Kyoto, up in the mountains. And if you look at that picture and you go a bit further up in the mountain, you can stand up there and you can look 70 kilometers to the Pacific Ocean, and you can see the Pacific Ocean from the east, and not as most people normally do from the west, which is quite nice as well. But the great thing about the camp, you can see there, is that it's built without harming nature in any way. We're using only natural materials, meaning wood from the forest. We are building the main structure, as you can see there in the picture, is built on local wood, using no nails, no screws. So it is a truly sustainable way of doing. And we call it circles, because circles, they have meant something to people for many, many years. Tents can be put up in circles. A bonfire is a circle. hygge you have when you sit in a circle around a fire. The global goals even are made as a circle. So we believe that circles, they tell something, and they do something which is nice for us as human beings. But maybe more importantly is that when we built this, we can see that we can work with 11 out of 17 of the UN World Goals, which is quite unique. And now I took the Japanese version here, so you cannot read the details. But our aim is to really be truly sustainable and have a zero carbon footprint. And what we want to do there is, furthermore, we want to make it educative so that when you check in, you can work with nature, you can maybe build in wood, you can get stories about how the nature works. If you come from a big city like Tokyo or Osaka, you might not know how things are out in the real world. But that will enable people to find out here. You can also see on the picture there are structures where we have some tent plateaus where there are tents standing where you can just check in. There are some small chalets, and there is also a space in the middle where you can put up your own tent and spend your weekend there. And there will furthermore be a restaurant building, which will also be a circular one, which will make local food, local ingredients, local recipes, and also add to the local feeling. So we can say high quality, low impact. Now, this picture is not from that place, which I think you can gather, but it shows, of course, what it will be, what it will mean to be in nature, surrounded by trees and nothing but silence and the sky and the stars. This is a really fantastic way of going out. And just to underline a bit of the architecture, we have made some architectural, you can say, signs or signposts, which we have in Denmark. Denmark is on the pictures to the right. We have Silkeborg, where we have our headquarters. We are about 3 kilometers in kayak away from these two circles. And in Japan, in Ogakai, we then build a similar circle. So we have like a thread going from Denmark and right to Japan with a design similarity and a circle similarity. So in the end, we can say that nature is everything to us, and for everything that nature provides, we pay it back because nature is luxury. And that was my presentation. A different approach to sustainability. We don't talk product, we talk about a feeling, we talk about a way to go about things and go about being out in nature and still having a good conscience while doing so.
Thank you, Eric. Interesting, and I'm really appreciate you have so high goals. And it's really obvious how many brands in Scandinavia really go for the sustainability lane. Yeah. So thank you, Eric. Next up, we go to Malmö and to Thule and to Tina Liselius. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you see my shared screen?
We can. Yes, now we can.
Now.
So, yeah. So please.
Hi. Unfortunately, I cannot brag about any snow in Malmö. It's probably the only place in Sweden where there's no snow. So I am very jealous, and I cannot wait to get to go skiing. Fantastic presentations and very interesting to follow everybody. And thank you for having us. So I work for Thule, and Thule is a Swedish company that was founded in the deep forests of Småland in a small place called Hillerstorp in 1942. And there, our founder, Erik Thulin, hence our name, Thule, he was already then a passionate outdoor soul. And actually the first product that he produced was a pike hook. Not really what we do today, but since 1942, we have remained to develop and test our products in Hillerstorp. It's still where we have our factories, where we produce our roof racks. And actually, what is a very nice anecdote to take with you every time you go to visit colleagues in Hillerstorp, we still have a part of the factory there is a huge stamp machine, and that stamp machine stamps out parts for the roof racks, and you can feel that stamp machine no matter where you're at in this huge building. And it's kind of like the heartbeats or the lungs of Thule still being there in the forests of Småland, which is a very nice feeling, and we all share that. However, the headquarters is based in Malmö, but we are present in 140 countries around the world, but we still remain Swedish and Smålänningar. So Thule, we have 4 important values for us, and everything we do is about quality, safety, that our products should be easy to use, and that the design of our products should have a functional design. We do not add any ornaments or any add-ons with no function. So it's a very straightforward design. And ever since 1942, we have continued to develop products that make it easier for you to bring your gear to live an active life in the outdoors, but also in the city. And today I'm going to talk about 2 of those products that we're actually, one of the products is an update of colors, and the second product is it's a new launch. And both of these 2 products are touching the very core of what Thule is about, to bring your life, which is our tagline, and to make it possible to bring whatever is your life, if that is a surfboard, or if it's a kayak, or if it's your children, or if it's your, even boring to say sometimes, but if it's your computer, if you need it to be safe in a backpack, then we have those solutions as well. So the first product that I want to mention is our new colors of our Thule Chariot line. So I think most of you have seen a Thule Chariot or have used a Thule Chariot. It is a multifunctional child carrier, and you can use it as a stroller, as a running stroller. You can ski with it and you can bike with it. And we have a family of different members of Thule Chariots, and the one that you see now is our Thule Chariot Light, which is the lightest version of our Thule Chariot, but it's still one of those everyday use strollers that also can transform into a running stroller or a bike trailer, as you see in the photo, or if you really are an extreme user and you want to go up to the Swedish mountains or down to the Alps or wherever you are and you want to go cross-country skiing, this is a stroller for that as well. However, Thule Chariot Cross is the true product for the active family that is always on the go. And it is the one that has also been introduced with, the previous one was introduced with a gray color. It's a new color to the family. And this one, the Thule Chariot Cross, has 2 new colors, which is this Alaska blue, as we call it. We are in love with it because it is very much a nature color to us. It looks a bit turquoise in this photo, actually. But you have it also from the Swedish mountains this past summer when we were up having a little bit of an excursion with our products and testing our products. And then we also have Majolica blue or darker blue on this Thule Chariot. It is a color update this time, so the functions and the key features and the unique selling points of these products are still the same. But we have paid a lot of attention to try to communicate what we are about in the colors as well. And these Thule Chariot Cross products, they are available in both a single and a double version as well. And then you have the Thule Chariot Sport, which is our best Thule Chariot with the most advanced features, and also the one that you can have with the most accessories. You have a black version, a true black, it's black on black, and you have yellow, the Electra yellow. I actually like to call it the Sony Walkman yellow. For those of you who are as old as I am, we remember the yellow Sony Walkmans. And also, sorry, I forgot, we have a commuter Thule Chariot, which is our Thule Chariot cab. It's the most spacious one we have. We have chosen a green color, almost a moss green color that actually, which is not at all in thinking of the design here, matches the color of Malmö a bit. We always used to have these green, moss green buses, etc. And a nice input that I just got from the sales department is that in Malmö, we dominate in selling the Thule Chariot cabs, which is maybe a story about commuting a lot with bike, which you do in Malmö. And in Stockholm, we sell the Thule Chariot Sport. So we call this the Malmö stroller, which is the Thule Chariot cab. Anyway, the big news that I want to share with you is our Thule Tepui foothill. 2 years ago, we bought a company called Tepui, and during the last 2 years, we have developed these rooftop tents to be more Thule secured when it comes to everything that we stand for. And now in February, we launch one version of the Thule Tepui called Thule Tepui Foothill. And actually, we were very happy to, the other day, get an award, the ISPO award, as a gold winner for this product. This product is actually a rooftop tent that only takes half the space on the roof of the car, and you can then bring your gear on the other side of the roof of the car, meaning you can bring your kayak, you can bring your bike, you can bring your surfboard, you can bring a roof box with even more equipment if you're out for a long hike and trek. But I will actually leave this to be better explained in the film that I hope will work over our fantastic cyberspace. So I leave it to the explanation about Thule Tepui Foothill.
Thule Tepui Foothill is a spacious, year-round tent that folds compactly, preserving valuable space on your roof for bikes, kayaks, and other cargo for your next adventure. Setting up camp is quick and easy. Once you find your perfect spot, put it in park, deploy, and climb in. The integrated telescoping internal frame poles allow for easy one-person setup and breakdown of your tent. Thule Tepui Foothill comes with mounting rails pre-installed, simplifying installation and providing an extra layer of base protection during shipment. Thule Tepui Foothill has a spacious interior designed to sleep 2 adults comfortably. It includes a high-density foam mattress for added comfort, with optional Thule-fitted sheets available for an extra layer of protection. A Thule Tepui insulator is also available for added warmth. The wide entry, oversized panoramic rear window and dual skylights provide a well-lit interior during the day and enhance stargazing at night. The included rainfly folds down so as not to interfere with any gear you're carrying along the side of your tent. Integrated mesh panels offer plenty of ventilation and open to maximize airflow. And the tent fabric is both UV and mold resistant and designed to withstand the elements. Thule Tepui Foothill's low profile and innovative design ensures that you can enjoy your camping trip comfortably without leaving anything behind.
Thank you, Tina. That was an amazing presentation, and actually I'm a big fan of your product. As I having a small kid at home, I use my chair almost every day, and I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next one out. I'm sitting here in Åre. It's quite cold. I'm sitting here and freezing a little bit. But I think next man out can help me with that problem. How are you doing, Yo, from InnoHeat?
I'm doing great. How are you, Per?
I'm doing great. And I know that actually you're sitting in the US at the moment and have gone up really early to do this presentation for us. So I'm really glad that you...
So I'm on the east coast of the U.S. and so the good news is we also have snow. The bad news is my kids are late starting school, so I've been banished down to the basement. So I apologize. I don't have nice snowy views for you in the background here, but at least it'll be quiet until my kids get out the door for school this morning. So anyway, thank you all very much for joining. I want to share a little bit about InnoHeat. First off, we are based outside of Gothenburg, Sweden, and we are focused on apparel heating technology innovation. And our first focus is on gloves and socks. So we are not producing the end items. We are the technology inside. The location of Gothenburg being picked was very strategically determined in that we're in a sweet spot between a high-tech fabric area as well as a high-tech electronics area in the country, which gives us great resources to tap into to bring our technology forward because it is a combination of textile and electronics that we're marrying up together. Our first commercial products are at launch just this fall winter season with more announcements coming. I'll share a little bit more about that. And here on this screen here, you can see an overview of what we call the InnoHeat toolbox of all the materials that go into making InnoHeat content heated products. So at the heart of it is our rechargeable smart power pack system. And then on the glove and sock side, we have special made engineered heating yarns, heating panels, a patented connector system that marries the apparel item with the electronics, and then a mobile app which gives us some really interesting and unique and new to world features that we can bring into heated apparel. I think everyone can probably remember at least one, if not a dozen times when you've had to make the decision. You're having a great day on the slopes or backcountry and it's just so cold and you have to say, do I keep having fun but be miserable because I can't feel my fingers or toes? Or do I, keep going? Here you can see a thermal image of what the benefit is of adding heat into glove and sock systems here. On the right, you can see gloves and socks without added heat, and on the left, you can see the difference to the heat provided, and thus the comfort and the ability to stay outdoors longer with greater enjoyment and certainly higher safety. Before I talk a little bit about our innovation set, I want to talk a little bit about what's the state of the technology today to put what we're doing into context a little more. So if you were to open up, for example, a heated glove today, this is probably similar to what you're going to find. So it's going to be a standalone heating panel that has actually a heating wire that runs up and into each finger, goes up and then loops back out. These are not stretchable. They're not flexible. They tend to be stiff. And then there's a lot of wire junctioning that's going on to get over to like a button, for example, and then over off to plug into a power supply. So this is causing some issues for glove designers, and there's some similar issues for those building heated socks as well. So what we've determined was the better path forward was to go thinner and much less cumbersome, more flexible, thinner, lower profile, and make the glove and the sock feel pretty much like a conventional glove and sock without any restrictions. So what we're doing here is we're able to move with our electronics technology. It's allowed us to move out of heating wires into thinner heating yarns, which are soft and flexible, and we can put them down, as you can see here on this glove pattern here, in a serpentine pattern and get a lot more surface area where we can apply the heat directly where it's needed onto across the back of the fingers. to keep the hand warm. This technology we can adapt either to put on the inside of a very thin liner glove, and we have a launch partner I'll announce here in a minute going with that construction. And then also for an insulated glove, we're able to actually embroider the heating yarns right onto the backside of the liner part of the insulated glove. So it's right next, in both cases, we're getting that heat as close to the skin as possible for the maximum benefit. Our materials can be engineered to be stretchable, flexible, and pliable so that the user is not really feeling any of the technology inside the glove. And it's the similar approach we've taken on our technology for socks as well. On the electronic side, there's a couple innovations we've had based on consumer feedback as well as observations in the market we think are also nice steps forward. First off, we're actually able to, through our smart electronics, to deliver constant heating power over the full use case. If you look at the chart here, a typical competitive battery, once the battery starts to drain and the temperature starts to drop, the power output also drops. So when you ask for high heat, you're not going to actually get the same deliverable an hour into your wear experience as you are when you first turn it on to go out skiing or whatever you're doing outside. We're able to deliver a completely flat profile. So if you're asking for high heat, you're going to get high heat all the way until the battery's exhausted. We also have engineered the system pretty uniquely in that because we're the technology inside, and we will be partnering with a number of different brands, our electronics need to work across all these different brands and across socks and gloves. So we've engineered a smart connector system which has inside the plastics a NFC tag, which we program in the factory, which tells the power pack how to actually deliver heat to the socks or to the gloves. So maybe we only need half the power to warm up a sock than we would need for a glove. The power pack's not going to care. It's going to talk to whatever it's plugged into and know exactly how to deliver a heating pattern. We've also engineered the system to be able to charge at typically maybe twice or more of the recharge time that's currently available. So we're down as low as 2.5 hours for a full recharge, and most others in the market are 5 to 7 hours for comparison. The product is going to be waterproof to 60 meters. It's ruggedized, and then the working temperature with the battery technology that we've selected, we can go down to -40°C and it still be functional. One of the other really interesting things we're doing, since this is an all digital system, is once we bring in a mobile app to our ecosystem, we can add some interesting new features. One of which we're getting great feedback on is a guaranteed heating time feature, which means that the user of the system no longer needs to guess when the heating is going to stop in their glove. So what does 62% battery charge mean for me as a user? Does that mean I can stay out for another 2 hours, or is my heat going to go out in 45 minutes? So here what you can see is this number down in the lower left of the app screen is saying that the user is going to be guaranteed 5 hours and 34 minutes of heat at the setting that they've selected. So if you say I'm going to be out snowboarding for 4 hours and I want guaranteed heat, you can just adjust the heat slider to be guaranteed that you're going to get that 4 hours of heat. We also have a heat boost feature, which actually takes pumps in a high, like espresso level shot of power for up to 5 minutes. So say in the morning, you're putting on a pair of cold boots. You just hit the boost button, warm up those socks at a really high level to get the boots warm, and get off and get out without having your feet be cold right away. We also have built in a vibration system into our power packs, which is really helpful when you are all bundled up and you want to change the heat setting either on the power pack by hitting the push button, or you make a change through the mobile app screen. The power pack will vibrate and confirm back to you that it has accepted that change, so you know that you've made a change to the heating system, and so that when you think you're on high, that you're actually going to be on high and not on low. We also have another feature called motion control. It's great for skiing or snowboarding where you're in a discontinuous situation where you're producing heat as you're bombing down the mountain. But then when you get to the bottom of the mountain, then you stand and wait for the lift line again. So the heat will automatically go down when it knows you're in high motion, and then bring back up to a higher setting when you're standing around and not producing heat. We have 10 levels of heat control for very precise tuning through the app. There's an optional feature that the power packs can vibrate when you get a phone call if you want. So if your phone is buried in either in your pockets or in a backpack, but you still want to know if someone's calling you, there's an optional feature that'll vibrate your power packs and say, oh, someone's trying to reach me. And then one of the probably the best features is that our system is basically future-proof, because as we add new features, we can just use the mobile app to update the app and the features on the app, but then have the app push new instructions over to the power pack to also accommodate those new features. So we will be announcing new features over coming seasons that don't exist at the time when a consumer would actually buy their first product. As far as our early launch partners, Monet of France is in market this current winter. You can see the socks there on the left, and Sager will be coming to market for fall 21. Here you can see a little two different designs where Sager is choosing to show some exposed technology to highlight the system that carries the energy from the power pack that would sit on the upper leg down to the heating area in the toe box area, whereas Monet is elected to go with a lower profile approach and have some of the technology on the inside and only show the heating yarns, which are heating the full toe area on the bottom of the toe. This is a quick just visual that explains how we're able to actually take our engineered heating yarns and knit them directly into, for example, the toe box area of a sock and allow stretch and recovery for added comfort. We're not needing to sew in a separate panel. We're able to actually integrate the heating mechanism directly into the toe box area of the sock. On the glove side, we're very pleased to announce that Hestra is launching with us for fall 21, and their first style with us will be a liner glove construction, which is paper thin. And as you'll see in this short video here, get a feel for how thin and flexible the liner glove is. The concept here is that is the thinnest heated liner glove in the world, and it allows the user to still continue to use the insulated gloves they already love and are attached to. There's no need to go out and buy a whole new, insulated heated glove. Here you have the flexibility to use the heated liner inside pretty much any of your favorite gloves. So with that said, that's pretty much the end of the update. As far as some future contacts, I'd love to be in touch with anyone, and then Hestra, Monet, and Sager as well with some contacts. So that's it from me.
Thank you, Joe. You will get all the contacts afterwards from us. I actually skied your heated socks this weekend. We had -31, so it really helped. So thank you, and maybe now you can have a sleep in US. So let's go back to Malmö and to Niklas Brosnan from Polygiene.
Great. Can you guys hear me all right?
We hear you. Go ahead.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys having us, and I'm with Tina here from Thule. That yes, here in Malmö we're quite jealous of all the snow that everyone's getting. So definitely get some turns for us. Enjoy it. I did want to say as well, thank you, Per and Sarah and SOG and all the jury for awarding Polygiene the overall winner of 2020 for our launch with Polygiene Barloft technology. We're really proud and honored to have received that last year from you guys. So thank you for that. For those who may be less aware of what Polygiene is and who we are, we want to change the way we view products from fast consumables to durables. We're the market-leading ingredient brand for Stays Fresh solutions, and we partner with clothing and product brands, and we deliver a product that is effective, safe to use, prolongs the product life, and contributes to a more sustainable lifestyle. This is key for us at Polygiene. We are, as noted and maybe have been aware, we're a technology brand that works with many of the leading brands globally. We have over 100, 200 partners that we currently work with, and that covers everything from sports to lifestyle pieces as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit more further on here. To give you a little bit background as well of how this works and our mission and what's behind it. In general, we buy too many products and throw them away too early. We have a solution on how to slow this down. People buy currently, unfortunately, 15% more now than we did 10 years ago. And on average, we only keep those products 50% as long as we did. So there's a major environmental and cultural shift that's happened the last number of years that we want to work and solve. Our Stays Fresh solutions stop odors and microbes. They keep products fresh and hygienic. That means that the product that you have can be used more often. It can be washed less, and it can live longer. I think that's key, and I think there's a real thread with all the brands we're speaking with here today. The products are better made and will last longer, and there's a life cycle look at the product that, for our currency, we talked about a pair of boots that will last a lifetime, and that's key if we're going to have a real environmental shift on our consumer habits and as well as the products that we use. Now, wanted to bring your attention to the award that we won last year with SOG, which is Polygiene Varloff Technology, and this isn't any new launch. Essentially, it's the same message that we've had for 15 years now at Polygiene, and that is we want to keep clothes alive longer. We want to keep them smelling fresh, feeling positive that you can wear something multiple times without needing to wash it. The only difference now with Polygiene Varloff is that we were able to effectively have performance against viruses and bacteria, none of which, importantly, is SARS-CoV-2. We've been able to have a really 99% reduction of viruses, SARS-CoV-2 included, within 2 hours. So that's everything, especially for the mask wearing that we're seeing now, as well as the gloves, as other PPE equipment that we have. But this is also for kind of the bigger stretch for sustainability use for apparel as well. This is something that I'm sure as you guys walk around your neighborhood, or unfortunately, just as prevalent as I think cigarette butts used to be, you can now see masks everywhere you are. This is really unfortunate, but this has also come to kind of a new reality that we have here. If we keep going this route, we're looking at probably 129 billion face masks a month that are going to be discarded. This is a huge number that we're really up against, and something that is pretty scary. How we're going to look at, just how can we change that mindset of wearing something, whether it's a fashion statement for the weekend, and then dispose of it prematurely. If we're looking at the use of these PPE pieces, these are also plastic, so they can't be recycled. Unfortunately, they get treated as biohazard pieces, but Polygiene has an effectiveness against the SARS-CoV-2 that, essentially you just let it air dry, and it's good to go after 2 hours. So you can reuse this product multiple times. And so that's something that is key with our brands that we work with and partnering up with on these product launches. And that's the same for whether it's a pair of jeans or, a dress shirt as well, not just the PPE product. The bigger kind of the data behind it, essentially as was spoken before, the production of a product, we're looking at about 60% of that product is the production environmental pressure that is placed on it. The remaining amount, and at least 20%, is when it's in the hands of the consumer. So that's really our washing habits. That's our time to step up and show that we can take responsibility for our own use and have a real impact. And customers really want that ability to have a tangible way to have a performance impact on the environment. This is similar to the recycling that we're doing. If we're looking at bringing a reusable grocery bag to the grocery store, just simply taking your article of clothing and deciding, I don't need to wash it. I can maybe spot clean it, and I can use it again. That's a tangible way that we as consumers can have a real impact. And that's something we're really proud to be a part of and have that consumer change, which is a growing process. It's every year, it's kind of a generational shift as well, but more aware we become of the ability for us to be able to have that ability to make a daily shift and change is really cool to be a part of. Just to share a little bit of what we have for categories. This isn't just a sports article that we work with. And in fact, probably 10% of our actual wardrobe are sport clothings. If you look at those sport clothings, carryovers to apparel for business, travel, certainly home is a big segment. And we're also seeing, the carryover from sport to lifestyle is huge. So people want that performance on their everyday clothes. It's also a branding story that you have there, but they also want that performance in their everyday clothes. So having that technology story is really tangible for all segments of our lives, and something that's key for us to highlight that that product it's going to stay fresh. It's going to have a longer life. We can consume less, but when we do consume, there was a point of maybe a year is made of choosing a pair of boots. Being smart about that choice of making that investment and having that polygiene inclusion really is going to help reinvest in that product that you can then pass it on to a secondhand market, and it's not going to smell, because that's one of the key things that people dispose of products prematurely. And of course, being a Swedish company, it's really important that we have all our ducks in a row. So having all the sustainability, the environmental regulations, and certainly everything on the skin safety taken care of. So that's on the safety side of it as well. It's paramount to us as a company. But the biggest thing is certainly the appreciation, the respect of being able to have a tangible effect with consumers today on having a stronger environmental impact. And certainly with as things develop and the new normal becomes available of PPE, and just thinking and being more aware of what we're doing and how we're consuming things. So yeah, that's the gist of it that we have here. Love to talk to you more here at what we do at Polygiene and some of the brands we work with, and how we can have a bigger impact together. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you, Niklas. That was a really interesting presentation. Next one out is it's two brands that have done a collaboration. Do we have Hans-Jörgen Kvåle from Alpha and Rottefella there?
Yes, we are here.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you guys?
We're doing great. A little bit cold though, because it's really cold in Åre at the moment. But I guess we should be glad because it's a really nice winter. So I know, guys, that you're having a really interesting product and some cool collaboration between each other. So please go ahead, and we start to share the presentation now.
Yes. And first of all, I want to introduce the team that is going to both introduce the concept. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept, Tanja Ogland, and then I have Eva Svensson from Rottefella, he will talk about the binding system. And I have Hans-Jörgen Kvåle, which is going to talk about the shoes. So basically, we want to present a new innovation from Rottefella and Alpha, the Rottefella Explore system, which is a new backcountry binding system with bindings from Rottefella and shoes from Alpha. And Rottefella Explore is a redefinition of what ski touring can be, as demonstrated in this video. Can you put on the video? With the Rottefeller Explore binding system, you will get an improved skiing experience with better mobility when you're walking across all types of terrain, and downhill skiing. You'll feel much more stable. And in general, it will give you an increased sense of confidence and enjoyment of backcountry skiing. And we want to inspire as many as possible, both existing and new skiers, to try out this system and to actually try to go off the tracks. So Rottefeller Explorer can be used for short trips, it can be used for longer trips, it can be used for exercise, for exploration trips, for expeditions, or for smiles as the goal. Rottefeller Explorer is about exploring your own neighborhood, your local skiing area, or completely new places. So in general, we want to inspire you to actually get outdoors to discover more and more often with Rottefeller Explorer. So to the system.
Thank you, Tanja. So the Rottefeller Explorer system is designed to give you a better experience outdoor. So Rottefeller, we have been providing people with equipment to reach the North Pole, traverse your local area, or go deep into the woods and up the hills. And we continue to innovate to meet the needs of everybody wanting to explore the outdoors. The Rottefeller Explorer system is our newest innovation, which is an improvement of our existing backcountry system. And the system has been designed to enhance stability, provide better comfort, and increase mobility. So, first of all, it consists of a binding and a shoe, and then some accessories. The connection between the shoe and the binding is wider, and this maximizes your stability together with the shoe and the ankle support. The Explorer system has a totally new rotation point, which increases the mobility and gives you a better feel and a more natural walking feeling when you use it. The sole is also more flexible than other skiing systems, and this provides great comfort when you're walking. The outsole is a two-part outsole with rubber that gives you great contact with all different types of ground. Anti-skid, really good for traction when you need that. In the outsole, you have an integrated spring pin technology, and this removes the danger of snowpacking and ice buildup in the system. The binding system is really easy to use. To step into the binding, it's easy to feel where you should put your feet, and then you press down and you're locked in. And it's also very easy to get out. You press the release button and then you're out. The binding also features a heel lifter of 36 millimeter, and this makes it more comfortable to do your ascents with skis. In addition, we also have different types of flexors. So these flexors, they will give you a variety of support when you're skiing. So we can change the flexor with different hardness, or you can also change to a free pivot flexor that really gives you a huge range of motion together with the shoe. So these are interchangeable and easy to adapt to your needs. So the system can be used on a wide range of skis from the smaller Nordic cross-country skis, around 50 millimeters up to 70 millimeters in the center width of the ski. Okay, so on to the boots.
Thank you. So Alpha wanted to make a boot that optimized the new Explore system. And the result is this innovative boot called the Alpha Free APS GTX. It has an integrated ankle support that sits inside of the shoe, very comfortably around your ankle. And it's very stable sideways. So you can do the downhill skiing and have a lot of control in the downhills. At the same time, your leg can move quite freely forward. So you can have a very natural way of moving. The sole construction of the boot is also very torsion stiffness. So you have a lot of control of your skis when you're traversing in the uphills or skiing in the downhills. But at the same time, it is, and maybe the most unique thing with this system is that you have a flex point. Sure, if you can see there, in the toe area, that allows for a natural movement of your foot when you're skiing, and also makes it very efficient to ski. So you can slide on your skis and get better grip when you're out skiing. The boot also have a BOA closing system that makes it easy and quick to individually adjust the shoe to your foot and makes it lock very tightly in the shoe. So you have a lot of control. There's also Gore-Tex in it, of course. And if the accident should happen, you have the Reco rescue system integrated in the shoe, so you can be found. And from my own experience by testing this, I can guarantee that with the Explore binding system and the free boot, you will have a lot of fun and a lot of smiles when you are skiing off the Paisley tracks. Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you, Rottefella and Alpha. Really interesting collaboration. It's looked like that you really pushing the future of touring skis and how to get out there. Great work. Thank you very much. We're actually heading back to Norway and our friends at Divold. Unfortunately, Divold couldn't participate in person, but they have sent some wishes for us. So please welcome Øystein and the guys at Divold that have pre-recorded a film for us, and they will tell us a little bit what they are doing. So please play the film from Divold.
Hi everyone, my name is Øystein and I'm the sales director for Divold of Norway. And together with me on Teams is Catherine, our CEO. First of all, we are very happy to be able to be here together with you at the SOG media event. And Catherine, we are both at mandatory home office these days. However, it seems that you have gotten a rare chance to combine some home office with living the brand.
That's right. I'm here in Lillehammer, just or north of Lillehammer. So up here in the mountains where it's currently sunny and lots of snow and minus 10 degrees. So it's devil weather.
Good for you and well done, and it's definitely very well deserved. I'm a little jealous, I can feel, but anyhow, for those of you who know Catherine and maybe have seen her at previous SOG award ceremonies, you know that she is very enthusiastic when it comes to awards. However, this sticks a little bit deeper because it's more about the thankfulness of getting acknowledgement from professionals and peers for the hard work. And this means a lot for all of us at Divold, Catherine. Could you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, because as you say, you know, we love winning awards, and that's great fun. However, it means much more to us than that, because we're a wool specialist with heritage dating back to 1853. And we have control of the whole value chain. We have our own manufacturing mill in Europe, where 99% of all Divold garments are made, guaranteeing the quality that is really the core of the Divold brand. And as such, we are passionate about wool. So the fact that we, as a small Norwegian company, that we're able to win innovation awards for wool products, competing with multiple huge global brands, that is a recognition that we really appreciate, and we are extremely proud of that.
Yeah, and a couple of weeks back, we received fantastic news because Devold won another ISPO award. And I hear rumors that this one is already a favorite of yours.
It is a favorite, and I'm putting it on right now, as you can see here. It's a fantastic product, part of the Devold Tuvega Sport Air collection. It's a balaclava, in case you can't see. And the Devold Tuvega collection is a collection with unique properties. It's knitted in such a way that you can wear the garments on both sides. So if you wear it on one side, you will get higher degrees of insulation and warmth, and then you can turn it around and you get more breathability. So it's really a 2-in-1 product, and I call that innovation.
Fantastic, and I guess it comes in handy where you're at with 12 below zero.
It certainly does.
I'm sure everyone can relate to the uncertainty back in March when Corona struck. But then came spring, summer and fall, and all over Europe, people flocked into nature. Hence, despite a somewhat gloomy outlook for 2020 in March, what can you reveal about how the business has actually turned out in 2020?
Well, as you said, Øystein, we've seen that consumer preferences have really changed, in that consumers have discovered the outdoors and nature in a new way. And also, of course, we've seen the massive growth in online trading. So our numbers for 2020 show significant increase in the e-commerce. But also we've seen that we've had a very strong second half of the year for our B2B business, really driven by a lot of very creative solutions in order to keep the business going in spite of the general lockdown that most of our markets have had through the second half of the year. So all in all, the 2020 numbers actually end up showing a healthy growth in sales revenues over 2019.
Fantastic. And it's great that a lot of brands, I believe, and also retailers actually end up with decent 2020 results. So now we cross our fingers that we slowly can get this under, not slowly, but that we can get this under control and slowly start reopening the society. So time is running out, so I would like to round things off with talking about products, because after all, product is king, at least that's what we say at Devold.
It is, and we love products, but we particularly love wool products. And so we thought we would end this little segment by sharing with all of you a little part of a film that we did, which was really the digital presentation of our Fall Winter 21 collection that was presented at our international sales meeting in November. So we'll end this from us with sharing that film with you. But just wanted to say that if anybody wants to get in touch, please feel free to reach out to Øystein or myself. And then we leave you with the film. So thank you very much for listening, and take a look at this.
The west coast of Norway demands something special from who you are and what you wear. In these conditions, you need to trust your clothing. We're beyond fashion. We are what legends and fishermen have been wearing since 1853. we have always crafted the quality demanded to battle the harshest of conditions, enabling you to experience the outdoors in the most natural of ways for generations to come.
Wow, even though we couldn't meet them in person, Øystein and Catherine, it was a super inspiring speech and a very nice video, I would say. And I see in the comment field that a lot of you also think it was an inspiring film. So please continue to write comment and ask questions, and we will bring them up, and then we will answer you as fast as we can. That was actually the last brand out in the media event, but we're not yet finished. Yesterday was a really big day because yesterday we announced the winners in the Scandinavian Outdoor Award. And Sarah, you were hosting that meeting, and can you tell me a little bit more about who is the winner and what happened yesterday?
The winner, we will soon listen to the winner with a very innovative product or project. And the Scandinavian Outdoor Award, we announce that twice every year, every season. So now we announce the winners for fall winter 21-22. So I will shortly show you the winners of the categories. So we have Sasta winning with the apparel award, Sasta from Finland, the nice mental cotton jacket. We have a hardware award, go to Norway to Oyo, a replica of 1,000-year-old axe. And then we have, as you've seen, Alpha and Rottefeller, their partnership together. They won the footwear award, no doubt. Then we have the Kids Award with Reima from Finland. And the second most prestigious prize maybe is, which you already heard, also heard this today, is Ice Pack with Follow the Footprints. So I would like to show you the Bergens, the winning video for Bergens.
Great. Big thank you from all of us to all the winners. And we actually have the overall winner with us here today. Ronny and Björnil, are you there?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Hello, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's truly an honor.
We believe so, and such a great work from both of you and on the whole team, of course. You will get a chance to tell us a little bit more about your project, but before that, we will show a film from Spinnova and how you actually started and worked with this process. So we play the film, and then we'll get back to you shortly.
In 2019, we launched our Spinnova Collab, the collection of tomorrow, with a future goal to make infinite pieces of outdoor equipment using only one piece of fabric. We told you that the most beautiful thing about the Spinnova material is that it probably can be produced and reproduced again, and again. Well, skip probably. Now we can. A Spinnova fabric can be recycled several times without adding virgin fibers, because Spinnova's method mechanically refined the tree fiber. Instead of blowing it up with harmful chemistry, the material can be regained and respun into new fiber. Bergens has produced outdoor gear since 1908, and we never get tired of pushing the limits for what's possible. Together with Spinnova, we have now done something that seemed almost impossible only 1 year ago. We have managed to fill in the gap that exists in the life cycle of a textile product. We have closed the loop. Do you want to explore the future with us? Visit bergans.com to find out how you can join the innovation and become a co-owner in the Collection of Tomorrow. This is The Collection of Tomorrow by Spinnova, Bergans and Hallie Stevensons.
Oh wow, that's for sure the Collection of Tomorrow. Looks so cool. But I know that you're having a couple of slides that's going to give us a little bit more information about actually what it is and how you did everything. So yeah, we will show your presentation. Go ahead, Ronny and Jörgen.
Thank you very much. First of all, we have to say that this is not something that Bergans has done alone. This would never have happened without the help of Spinnova and Hallie Stevenson and all the 5 people working on the project. So it's really a shared victory, this. So for the Collection of Tomorrow, when going about it, we looked at what we did in the past. We've always developed products for extreme conditions, but extreme conditions has become something else. It has something to do with the climate. So when starting the project, we had to look at it from that angle. And I will leave the word over to Bjørnhild to talk about the new products.
The Collection of Tomorrow is not only about materials and new technology. It is also a new way of owning products. When you buy a product from the Collection of Tomorrow, you are not only buying a garment, but you will also become a co-owner of the total material amount of Spinnova materials in the world. The idea is that you don't only buy the product, so the value of the product is divided in 2. So it's the value of the material itself, and the second value is the value of the people that are making the products. And when you're finished with the products, you can recycle it back in the circle 100%. We haven't tested if this is possible in a large scale yet, but we have big ideas for testing it out. Ronny, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Bjørnhild. This is an innovation project. This is a project that is set at Bergen's Future Labs. So we always think of new and different ways to do things. And in this case, we are also going to launch the product in a few days, and we're launching it with a new pop-up shop. And of course, we've already challenged the way you buy or own or take part in a product, and now we want to do some exploration on the shopping side. So we build a pop-up shop that we're going to put out in nature, and we're going to fill it with virtual products using augmented reality. So you can actually take a virtual tour of our pop-up shop going through that augmented reality app that you have on your iPhones. And to take it one step further, we have designed the pop-up shop to be a part of the Collection of Tomorrow. So when we are done with the shop, we will grind it up and we will make it into new fibers, and we will make it into a new piece of garment that we can use in the future. And that concludes what we have to say, Sara and Per.
Thank you so much. I would just like to say, if you want to know more about all the winners and the statement from the jury and the jury and everything, Scandinavian.com.
Thank you, Ronny and Jörgen. That's super interesting, and I'm really glad that you're really pushing the boundaries in sustainability thinking. Such a great work to you and all your team. Thank you very much. And that was actually everything for today. We would like to thank you all that have been sitting and watching this live stream. And hopefully we maybe see each other again at the outdoor bias booth for the summer. And maybe we'll also do it in person.
Let's hope.
Let's hope for that.
Then we have a beer in the Scandinavian village.
Exactly. So if you would like to have more information about both the award and of course the latest news from the brands that have been presented today, we will send out a summary after this award for all you people that have signed up for this event. And you also can get more information on ScandinavianOutdoorGroup.com. So that's all for now, and thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day, winter, and see you at Outdoor by ISPO. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.